Hey YouTube, Dorumon here with my review of Digivolving Spirits 05 Alphamon / Dorumon. So this is one of the main, or the first guys that I've recorded that is not from the original main adventure run. And I always remember this guy because I believe he debuted in it was like one of the World Games. It was one of the games that came out around when Frontier was either ending or ended already. I don't know, I just wanted to bring it up because I really like this dude's design. Like this dude's design too. Anyway, to get started, this guy actually does have some accessories that I wanted to bring attention to. Right now he's got two just sort of fist hands, but he also comes with two sort of just holding out blasty hands, kind of like he's got on the box, which is kind of neat rarity for these types of things. I just want to focus on them, but trust me, they're definitely hands. And then this little eggshell thing, which is going to be used to sort of stabilize Dorumon, which is not necessarily necessary. Also, I just always have to give us a moment to talk about the boxes because I really like the art on the boxes. I think they look really cool. So if you're the type of person that has your boxes out just because you don't know where to put them or you like to display them, lots of cool art and stuff on there, and I don't know. I just appreciate that, and especially the front cover. I just always want to draw attention to that. So I have him in his Alphamon mode here, and you can probably see there's a lot of kibble on this, but let's not focus on that right now, but pretty soon. I really like this guy's design. I think the black gold color scheme of sort of, you know, this Omnimon-esque looking guy works. I really like it. I think the core figure of this is nice. I think the paint looks nice. It's got a nice heft to it, a nice quality. Like overall, setting aside this giant backpack here, I'm pleased with this. It actually has some pretty nice articulation, kind of like almost on par with like figure arts and stuff. You can see the swiveling and the almost the knee joints. I always do that. I'm like, oh, here's the knee joints, here's the elbows. But yeah, you get some pretty nice articulation. So providing you're willing to work with this stuff, it's actually kind of nice. And you already saw I moved the head around a little bit. Oops, and then you can just put him in a wheelchair just immediately. Thanks, spoiler alert. They didn't even know that he's supposed to do that for transformation. You know what, we're just gonna leave you like that then. See how it is, that's good enough, right? But yeah, the head moves a little bit. You can move these out of the way a little bit if you need to, because they kind of move because of transformation. And interrupted my train of thought, so I apologize if I already said that, but yeah, you can put the little blasty hands on there. So yeah, look-wise, I do like this. I think it looks like a good quality. I think they did a good job with this as like a figure sculpt, but unfortunately, you do have an awful lot of kibble here on the back. And you know, with these types of figures, it's very impossible, and it's rare to have a figure where you can have a clean transformation either way, where you can hardly tell. But to be honest, for me, I feel like this is one of the worst offenders. Like, sure, there's some of them where it's very obvious, like War Greymon's, I think, is just straight up Agumon's face, but this one is just, wow, it's like a lot. I kind of wish that, I believe it's Angelwomon's, where you can basically just detach that and it becomes like a figure. And because I like this guy's design so much, I kind of wish that was the case, so that's kind of annoying. But, you know, what are you gonna do? You're just not gonna buy it. I don't know, but, you know, that kind of bothers me. All right, the transformation is not super complicated, but it's like mid-ranged, I would say. These are pretty interesting here, these little trio things. You kind of pull them out into this, and they become solid panels, and they kind of clip right into here. It's actually kind of satisfying to both put them back into this mode and to, oh yeah, to line these up, I always forget, and to like fold them back, because it's kind of interesting the way you have to do it. I don't know, it's kind of a neat mechanism. I always like interesting mechanisms like that in transformation toys. That's the technical term for a transformer. Oh, I don't play with transformers, I play with transformation toys. But yeah, it's an interesting little mechanism. I'm kind of pulling a couple of them out there just because it's kind of a little bit easier. But then you got this bit here. You already saw that that's eventually going to become detached, but even though we did that, I'm going to start with the feet because I said so. Basically, you're going to end up pulling this down around and then swiveling this around because this is going to become the primary, I must have the primary feet area. That'd be a weird way of putting it, but you're going to fold these up and around here and make sure that these are in the back here. And you're going to want to have this bit out and have this, so it's going to kind of go up. And that's more or less where you want to be. We'll obviously do some tweaking as we go along. As per usual with these, sometimes you just kind of want to get them in the general area. I don't know why I'm using like weird fanciful accents in this one, but this will help you kind of get a, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. That detaches, well, it did detach, but that attaches on a little metal ball point here, and it's actually really easy to reattach, so which is super nice. But yeah, you're going to want to have it facing this way. Like if you're having trouble navigating, as I just was a few seconds ago, this will kind of give you the good range, and you're going to kind of see where you're going to want to be. Again, you're going to want to tweak it later, but for now that gives you a pretty good idea. I'm just going to kind of move this out of the way. Okay, there's like a couple twists and turns, like not like plot twists, but like literal twists and turns for these. I know that at one point you turn this around here. Okay, you got that. And then for this guy, you're gonna kind of turn these down and you're gonna want to, you kind of fold his arms up like this. So he's gonna be crouching into it. So there's this little bit here that swivels down and you do this. It's kind of simple, but kind of complicated, and you're gonna kind of want to finagle it so that he can fit into a cone, more or less. Just think, when you're doing this, just think cone thoughts. And he's gonna kind of be doing that. And again, this is something we'll adjust later, because then these are going to go up together after you pull this down, and you kind of make this into a cone shape. And you can see these little bits here are gonna latch together. Like so. More or less. So that's basically ready. We're just gonna let that sit there for a second though. We're gonna come back to it. Okay. I got all turned around there for a second. Okay, I was holding it this way. There we go. There's all kinds of little twists and turns. Okay, this bit here, at some point you are gonna want to twist too, but we're gonna fold this down and we're going to twist around very squeakily. There we go. So we got that. So this is going to go down here. You can kind of see where this is going. You got the legs here. You got the tail here. Again, we'll workshop it later. And then this bit too, because you're going to want the face actually while facing around, is going to twist around. You can sort of see where we're going here. Shift these around right here so that his arms, that's going weird. Let's just pop that off. I like how I said that, like I planned that, but I did not plan that at all. I was like, oh, whoops. Okay, so then this, you're gonna kind of finagle it down. This is one of those things where I'm just kind of getting it into place, and then we'll, you know, get it all clicked and right later. So yeah, take this, and you can see where it lines up right here. We still got some finagling to do right here. Let me just make sure this is secure a little bit. Okay, now this bit is gonna you kind of have to like fold it in a little bit like this. You kind of have to put a little bit of pressure on it. Just be careful. I don't necessarily think it would immediately break or anything, but when you do that, you want to get it so it goes in, but you don't want to press too hard. Otherwise, I don't know, just be careful. Okay. Okay, then we're gonna want to make sure that this like bends down here like this bit here, so you're getting closer down all together, so that, well, you can fit everything together. Otherwise it's gonna be super awkward. Like these bits here you're gonna see are gonna fit together. There's like a little slit right here that this latches into. You just kind of have to, again, finagle it right there. Kind of move this out of the way, and then right here there's a little peg, like a little rectangular peg that's gonna go, or like the peg area for it, it's gonna go right into here. So it's kind of weird. Oh, it's right here, sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. I'm an idiot. There we go. This one right here is gonna go into right here. So you can sort of see how it all connects. These are always ones where you can sort of see where all the different pieces go, and you'll snap one in and then somewhere else will pop out, but you just kind of have to keep finagling at it and then you'll get it. So like, see this bit here is gonna snap onto here. I'm just gonna kind of latch it in there a little bit. The general idea. And then you got the tail. Oh, this little bit came out here when I was messing around, but you'll just kind of, you know, finagle that there. That's gonna be the tail right there. You can see it. You can see it's coming together. His face keeps falling apart, but it's coming together, guys. But like, move this out of the way. And then you got this bit here. You just kind of have to work with everything to get it to snap together. And go like that. Let's just get this one in. See, there we go. And then this bit right around here. And then I'm gonna kind of cut forward to when everything's a little more perfect, because I have like the rough idea, but you don't need to just sit me here. You don't need to sit here with me, but let's sit where I'm just going like all over the place. So I'll be back in 3 seconds with some magic. Okay, and that's basically it. Like, this is still a little bit busting a little bit, and I'll fix that later, but pretend this is sealed. But yeah, basically you just want to latch these on here, latch this up here, sort of finagle that a little bit. It can probably use a little more adjusting, and you'll pull the wings up and just sort of try to get rid of the little, you know, crevices pieces. Like this piece is a little bit better than this side, but you get the general idea. And there is that little like weird egg holder you're supposed to put under here, which I honestly never feel I really need. Like, he's sitting just fine. Like, you know, you're a little awkward and you still got some crevices that need to be finished. That sounded weird, but yeah, you're fine. You're fine, Dorumon. I keep wanting to call him Dorulumon. But yeah, I have to say, like, in terms of the toy, I actually really like this mode better. The other one's okay, just the amount of kibble you see really bothers me. Like, this one, you still see some of it, like, mainly underneath, but I think in this mode it actually does a pretty good job of hiding it, and he looks pretty adorable, and he reflects the design of this Digimon that I like quite a bit, and they did a really good job on the colors too. I think that it, you know, it pops. I think it looks pretty good, and they do, honestly, I've had my nitpicks in this series, but overall I've been pretty pleased with the rookie modes for these, so this really isn't any different. But yeah, there you have it. There is Dorumon. Overall, this is a weird one for me, because like I said, I like this mode. I really like the design for both of them, and setting aside the giant backpack, I really do like the figure mode for the other one, but for Alphamon. But it's just, I don't like how kibbly it is. And again, I know that it's hard to make these perfect, but compared to some of the other ones, I feel like it's one of the worst offenders. And I don't have quite as much fun transforming it. You probably noticed I struggle a little bit more than usual, but it's just because there's all kinds of little twists and turns, and sometimes the panels will clash, and I like the ones where it's a decent-ish quote-unquote challenge, but it's like one that I can still sit there and watch TV and have a fun time transforming and transforming back. And this one just, it requires too much like after work. Like I'm sitting here like, okay, this, oh crap, this popped out, and I don't like that. So it is on the lower end. I think, you know, if you're a huge fan of this, you might want to check it out, because if you really like the transformation ones, I think there's some stuff to be had there. But I think in terms of the transformation and the looks of both of them, there are some better ones in this line. But this one isn't the absolute worst, but probably one of my least favorites transformation-wise. Anyway, that's about it. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and of course, don't forget to climb the steps and ring that bell to get the notifications for all my videos. Till next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.